Everyone, it's Patty from PS Paper Crafts, and I hope you're all doing well. I'm still up in New York babysitting my grandkids while my son is working. He's an essential worker, so I'm here and I have my craft room with me, and I decided to bring out an oldie but goodie country home stamp set. I know this is kind of a fall thing, but I wanted to make them, I don't know, I was hoping these were kind of springy colors, and I'm using the new Ornate Border Dies to cut down the sides of these. I use this one, and I love these dies. You can cut them out, you can cut on the edge of something, and they're really pretty. They just add a lot to a card. So let's get started. I have all my pieces cut. So I'm using Old Olive, and this is a top folding card. And I already cut this out. So what I did was I cut it's 5.5, so it's the full length of the card, by 3.5. I measured how wide this was and then gave it some more so I had room to cut. So what I did was I ran this through my die cutting machine, and I tried to make it so that each side would be the same. So I ran it through like this on the edge, and then when I ran it through this way, I made this on the edge because I wanted them to look, I mean, they're not exactly the same, but I wanted to have them look very similar. And this is longer than 5.5. So that's my trick for that. And they cut really nicely. So let's get our stamping done. So I stamped this with black Memento ink, and I left some room for my sentiment, and then I colored in with Stampin' Blends. And on the inside, I left it blank with just the top of these flowers. I thought that was pretty. I love this stamp set. It's really one of my favorites. It's not retiring, yay. I was so happy to hear that. So the retirement list came out. So what happens every year is Stampin' Up! Comes out with their new catalog. It will be available to you June 3rd to purchase from. I'll be getting them in May, and I'll start sending them out. So if you need a catalog, let me know. I always send them to people who have ordered from me or people who take my classes. But if you're not one of those people and you want a catalog, just message me or email me, patty@pspapercrafts.com, and I'll get a catalog to you. So right now we're in retirement lists, so they get rid of what's not going to be in the new catalog. And the new in colors will come out in June, so the ones from not last year but the year before will retire. So if you have any of them, you might want to get the ink refills, the markers, all of those colors will just retire. So I will have on my blog, or I do have on my blog, the retirement list, and you can just go to my online store as well, and you'll see Last Chance or something like that products, and you can look at the pictures there versus the list. But the list is searchable. It's a PDF, so you can look at it either way. And they do run out, so you don't want to wait too long, because when they're gone, they're gone. No back ordering or anything like that. They're just gone. So I'm stamping this in black Memento ink, and you can do either flowers. For some reason, I like these, and I actually colored these in yellow. I think they're more white, like that kind of cotton ball look. So let's get this inked up nice. And what's nice is that this is the clear mount, or the photopolymer, not the clear mount. So you can see through it, so you can really get this lined up. Okay, isn't that pretty? And let's do the inside while we're doing it, and then we can color both. So all I did with this was I wanted it to go off the page. I didn't want it to just like be sitting in the middle. So I just went to the corner and have it just going off a little bit. And let's do the hello. Might as well get it all done. And if you want to put a sentiment in, you can. Sometimes with these cards, hello, not sure who I'm sending it to and for what reason. Right now, it's a great time to send just kind of thinking of you or hello type cards, just to let people know Oops, that's a little smudge. Let's do this side. Just to let people know that, you know, they're on your mind. I mean, right now people are really shut in and maybe a little lonely. Let's see. So my life has been very busy. Usually I'm by myself, and now I'm with two little kids and my son. So it's a little bit different. It's worked up more for me. So here's my stamping blends. And what I did was I colored, well, I'll show you as I do it. So this is So Saffron. It's the light one. So these stamping blends come in light and dark, or you can get a combo. In the new catalog, you can only get the combo of the light and dark. Currently, you can get singles, but most people buy the combo pack. And it's nice to have the combo pack because you can do, you know, a light and a dark. You could do some shading if you wanted to, you know, do a leaf and have the veins of the leaf a little bit darker. You can do that with a darker color. So they're finding that most people are buying just the dark. So they're not, I'm going to color these both at once. They're not really selling the individuals. So they figured that, you know, why package them the two different ways. So they will be on your retirement list, but it's just as a single. Hope that doesn't confuse people. And then I'm using Dark Poppy Parade, and this one, so these have the two ends. This is more of like a marker end, and then this is the bullet point end. So with something like these berries, I'm just going to dot them. Not even going to really color them. So we'll just go right through this. And I'll probably speed this up while I do the coloring. Okay, so I have a couple of light balmy blue flowers. So I'm going to use the flare end with this. All right, I'm going to do a second layer. So with the Stampin' Blends, they're alcohol and you can layer them. So if you just go over it again, it gets a little bit darker. Then I'm going to use Purple Posy. This is the dark Purple Posy. And I'm going to use this bullet tip and just do this flower. Okay, so let's do the leaves in light old olive, and I'm going to use a bullet point for this as well. So I missed the berry. And the last part I will do is this very light pineapple punch. Again, I thought these should be white, but I wanted just a light color there, so they were, you could just leave them white, but I felt like I wanted to color them. Okay, so the last thing is the jug itself. So I'm using light soft sea foam, and then I'm doing some accents with light smoky slate. Okay, I'll do the smoky slate now. Actually, I'm going to do, well, I'll do the marker on the bottom. Okay. Now with this set, what you can do is put this on the jug or on the pitcher and put love, thanks, enjoy, hello right on there. But I wanted to put a bow there and do the hello below it. So let's get our banner triple punch. If you follow me at all, I love this. This is the punch. You can do 3 different sizes, but I feel like you could do any size if you turn it over. So the way these work is they lock, and then you can unlock it. So they lock up for easy storage. So what I do is I kind of feed it through, I look for the sentiment, and then I pull it back and try to make it as even as possible. And I'm going to do the same thing with a little bit wider piece of the old, what is it? Old Olive. I was going to say Old Navy. So that these will just really line up nicely. So what I'm going to do is cut this one. And I'm going to leave a little bit of room to put a little rhinestone, and it's a green rhinestone. And then I'll attach this here with my liquid glue, and then I'll cut the green piece. And you could actually just stamp right on the layer. You don't have to do this step, but I just wanted to add a little bit more to it. And sorry for the shadows here. The sun is going down and I'm trying to beat it. If I turn on the light, you'll get even more shadows. So I had to wait for the kids to leave so I could do this. I'm kind of on their timetable. I'm trying to figure it out. I'll probably do more over the weekend and have them set for next week. Okay, so we've got our hello, we've got all of our stamping done, and now we can put the card together. Now on this, I did cut it a little bit shorter, just like 1/16 of an inch maybe, because when you put it in here, if it's the same length, it doesn't fold nicely. So it kind of like will push it down. So that's just a little tip for that. So let's get my liquid glue, and I'm going to put this in first. And I'll have all the measurements. I think this was like 3 3/4 or something. I wanted it to be a little bit narrower than normal and go top to bottom, just to kind of coordinate with the outside layer. And then this one, you could put dimensionals. I just went flat. And then I put dimensionals on the sentiment, and then we've got the bow popped up. So let's get that right here. I didn't put glue out here on the lace. I figured that would be too messy, and it really doesn't need it. So let's put the glue away, get some dimensionals out, and you really only need 2 for this. It's pretty small. Got all kinds of stuff around. I'm very messy when I craft. If you only knew what was around me, you would be surprised. So I put this right in the center, best I could. And let's get, these are the Noble Peacock. I love these. They come in numerous colors, the peacock and the old olive, and there's a purple, a blue, and a pink. Not sure exactly what they are, but they would be in the catalog. But they're really pretty because they go with a lot of different colors, and they, I think I wanted the smaller one. And they just add a little bit better than a rhinestone because it's got the color. A little bit more, I should say. Okay, and then we just need a bow. So the ribbon that I'm using, it's actually like a baker's twine, and this comes with, I think it's the Magnolia. There's a two pack, and I'll have that on my blog, pspapercrafts.com. It comes with like a regular ribbon and then the twine, and I wanted the old olive, so I thought this was perfect. So I'm cutting 3 strands. So I just folded it over, and now I'm cutting the edges. And then I'll tie a bow. You could do this with 1 strand, 2 strands, 3. Not sure how much further I would go than 3, but it just gives it a little bit more bulk to it. And I think I really did it uneven here. And I don't know which one was the long one. Let's just try this again. I think it's this one. So let's start over here. I probably should have cut a little bit more so I had more to play with. But as I fuss with it, it'll get shorter and it'll work. I keep ending up with one long end and one short end. But I'm going to cut it down, so I think that's too short. I'm sorry. Let's try this one more time. It's like I never tied a bow before. There we go. That looks like it's going to work. Okay, so I'm just going to try to pull these down a little bit, even them off, and then I'll use a glue dot to add them. And I like them with a little bit longer tails. I just think that kind of goes with the whole country theme. And I think this is a great card to send to somebody for no reason at all, just to say hello. Let them know that you're thinking of them. So there we have it. And then on the inside, so these are the 2 cards. And I really love this stamp set, so I'm glad that it's not retiring. If you have any questions, email me, patty@pspapercrafts.com. I have my blog, pspapercrafts.com. I have a Facebook page, Instagram, Pinterest. Just look for PS Paper Crafts and you'll find me. Hope you guys have a good day. Take care. Bye.